Greetings! So it's not been that long since I got the FPM375 installed at my local Trust Ford dealer, and I thought it'd be cool to just give a quick overview of how it feels, just my first impressions, and then once we do that I will be installing the badge. So before we really get into it, I guess we should go over what exactly is FPM375. FPM375 is one of the Stage 1 options available from Mountune. There are, in fact, 3 Stage 1 options. 2 are 375 and 1 is 380. 2 of them you do at home with an Mountune device, and one of them, the FPM375, you have to get done at a Ford dealership or Mountune themselves. They are very, very similar. The 2 375 ones have the same map. The difference being just one is done at home, one is done at the dealership, and the 380 then has one extra piece of hardware. So the hardware then, well, the extra piece of hardware that the 380 kit has is the sound suppression chamber, and then beyond that the hardware is pretty much the same, with the 375 kits having, very simply, the recirc valve and the intake. Oddly enough then, the 375 kits, both FPM375 and M375, have black hoses, so they're like just plain black. So they're just plain black. Even the metal part, the bit that says Mountune, is painted black. So it's kind of a different stylistic choice. The 380 you can choose different colors, and then you can also choose to have what they call a faced logo on the metal part, which basically just means it's sort of like silvery looking, and you can just see it a bit better, and it looks, well, in my opinion, looks a bit better. Obviously then there's only 5 horsepower of difference. The main thing then for FPM375, apart from the difference in badge as well, is that FPM375, because the map is loaded from a dealer, not that I really see how it makes a whole lot of difference, that means that it is Ford warranty approved. It will not affect your base warranty. And for me, that was probably one of the biggest attractivenesses of FPM375. It's the only Stage 1 that you can get for the Focus RS that is Ford warranty approved. And that's a big thing, you know, if you're worried about any potential issues, you're going to want to keep your warranty. You don't want to do anything that's going to adversely affect your warranty. So FPM375 seems like a pretty obvious option to go for. I also got the sound suppression chamber done because I had been getting a lot of whistling noises because I did my Mountune intake separately, and it was getting a bit annoying after a while, so it made a lot of sense to get the SSC done at the same time, and I must say it is a great job. It works perfectly. If you've been following my videos, if you know what I've been doing, you will also know that I actually installed the recirc valve and the intake myself, and I did that, well, just because I like doing that sort of stuff. I like making videos for you guys, but mainly with the intake, I wanted the better looking intake. I wanted to choose my color of hoses. I went for red because I like red, and I wanted the face logo on the metal bit, and that's just what I wanted. So there was a question there, will I be able to get FPM375 having gotten those separate bits myself, and indeed having installed them myself? But there's absolutely no problem at the dealer. They were very happy to ratify my work and just make it part of the FPM375 kit, and indeed only install the calibration only option, which is indeed a proper option I found out that Mountune will provide. So that was really, really handy, and I think that is a top tip if indeed you wish to have something a bit more exciting with a bit more flair than the black hoses and things that you get in the normal FPM375 kit. Top tip, get your own, get the bits separately and just get the map. They will do it, and it will be all nicely Ford warranty approved, and it's all good to go. Beyond the specifics of the actual kit itself, what is FPM375 like? And I must say, when I was getting it done, they gave me a Focus ST line, a 1 litre EcoBoost, and it was very, very different, let's just say. So whenever I jumped into my newly FPM375 RS, it felt like an absolute rocket ship. To be fair, any version of the RS probably would have felt like that, but it felt really, really awesome. I'll just jump straight in and say yes, you can feel a difference. You can feel that extra 25 horses giving you an extra push. So if I just get around this corner, so I am in second gear. Yes! It's just a bit of an extra push. You really do feel the extra push in your back. It's really nice feeling. The way that I kind of rationalize it is it's spooling just that bit quicker, so it feels that bit quicker. It's just a great feeling to have, and it seems really cliche to say that, oh, this is the way it should have been from the factory. Yeah, sure, of course, why not? And I suppose in a way it became that with the final editions of the RS. They started just putting the FPM375 kit in. Well, from factory, they put it in at the dealer whenever it was delivered to the dealer before it was delivered to the customer. But yeah, you even feel a difference whenever you're in a high gear and you're just like cruising in a high gear, and then you just sort of put the foot down without changing down. I know I'm not saying that it's a great idea to do 6th gear pulls. I'm sure there's plenty of people who would say, oh, your cylinder pressure is going to be too high. Yes, I get it. I'm not saying you should do it, but I'm just saying you can feel the difference even then. Certainly makes doing that a lot quicker and easier. Every single gear, and again, not even, like I say, not pushing the accelerator in that hard. You just get that, there's a noticeable extra bit of push, which is just really, really nice to have. Whenever I was getting the FPM375 done at the dealership, the guy that was looking after me, Gavin, he really good guy, by the way. Hey Gavin, if you're watching. He said that MPG could go up with this, with FPM375, which I suppose is possible. But my response to that was, not with the way that I drive. So yeah, I can't really see it happening with how I like to drive, but I mean, it is a nice feature, if indeed it is a feature, which it could well be. So yeah, I guess we could talk about sounds a little bit. So obviously with this sound suppression chamber, I don't have the annoying whistle anymore, which I'm pretty sure would have been pretty bad. When you add the sound suppression chamber on with all these upgrades, then you're just getting such a satisfying whoosh without any distracting whistle. I know that's not part of FPM375, but I really would recommend you get it. Of course then as well, with the recirculation valve, if you give it a bit of beans, or even a fair bit of beans I suppose as well, the sort of like flutter sound, which is again just very, very satisfying, and you can hear even more when if you get the sound suppression chamber, which, as I said before, you should definitely get. Pops and bangs aren't really changed so much from stock. It's still the same like calibration in terms of how the car is producing the pops and bangs. I do kind of feel like it's like producing them like quicker or more so, like, which is probably, I would imagine that is probably just a symptom of the fact that we are going a little bit quicker, so we are like literally just generating them quicker. So I mean, that's fun, that's cool, that's awesome. I mean, who doesn't want or like that? So yeah, I mean, beyond that, there isn't really going to be much of a difference out the back, but quicker is better, right? So yeah, I mean, the only thing left to do is to see what a launch control is like. So you'll know that my favorite settings for launch control are track mode, but with traction control turned back on. Just tightens everything up, sends a little bit more power to the rear, and then with traction control on, it means that we don't get so much wheel spinny off of the line. But we do have sports suspension, so going over that big old bump was a bit bouncy. Okay, so get this driver assist on the go. To a stop. Launch control is enabled. Let me. Whoa, man! Why? Okay. Probably short shifted a little bit out of first and second, but once I got into third, wow, that was a bit of that was extra. That was extra. Oh yeah. Wow, yeah, so you definitely... Whoa, I actually have that funky sort of like butterflies feeling that I had the first time I ever did a launch control in this car, which I haven't had for a little while. And yeah, whenever I hit third gear and was slamming it in third gear, yeah. I'm almost a little bit speechless right now. That was kind of a bit crazy. Just taking off like a rocket ship. I mentioned a rocket ship earlier, I'll just link it back to that. Yeah, that is pretty cool. FPM375, is it worth it? Absolutely. Stage 1, 25 extra horses. It might be conservative by comparison to some other Stage 1 packages, but you retain your warranty, which is awesome. And I'm gonna say, it feels great. So all that's left to do for me with FPM375 is to install the badge. So I'm gonna cut that in right now. Right, so this is the badge and this is the area that it's going. But first we need to prep the area. So we start off with the area being nice and clean, and then I'm going to use Blame Freak's Magma, which is like a liquid polish, just to remove any wax and sealants that is on there, and then it'll be nice and ready to go. Inside the owner supplement for FPM375, you get this little page which tells you where to put the badge. Now all it says is that it goes on the opposite side to the RS logo, and it has to be sort of in line with the top of the RS logo. So in order to like kind of measure that out, what I've done is I've used some like pinstriping tape, and I have measured where the top of the RS logo is and then replicated that on this side. And then I used another little bit of tape, which you can't really see, just to measure the distance from in here to in here of the RS logo. So that means that this is where the FPM375 badge is going to go. One last piece of prep, just to remove any last bit of any kind of detailing products or any kind of grease or grime, is a little alcohol swab. Alright, so now I just need to let that dry off, which it should do pretty quick because it's alcohol. So that is us nicely prepared, and a little trick is that I've been keeping it in my pocket so it's warmed it up a little bit. That way the adhesive should be ready to go, so let's rock and roll. Alright, so now I'm just going to apply pressure and hold it for as long as I can, just to try and get as good of a bond as I can. All that is left then is to remove this tape. Lovely. So those are my thoughts on FPM375. We've got the badge on, looking fantastic. I hope you like that. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe for more content to come very, very soon. Thank you once again. Goodbye.